Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we will discuss some of the most important terminologies in vaccine technology. So first we will discuss phagocytosis. So what is phagocytosis? So phagocytosis is the process by which cells engulf pathogens. So cells generally engulf pathogens. So this process is called as phagocytosis. So there are some important steps. So some important steps are like recognition. So first the phagocytic cells will recognize your antigen or the pathogen. Next is the engulfment. Okay. So the phagocytic cells will engulf your antigen. So next it will form the phagosome. Okay. So phagosome formation. So once the engulfment happens by the phagocytic cells, so this structure that it is formed is called as a phagosome. So then it will fuse with lysosome. Okay. So fusion with lysosome. Okay. And then it will cause the destruction. Why? Because lysosome is acidic pH. So that pH and other molecules within the lysosome will destroy your pathogens. Okay, so the key players in phagocytic cells are macrophages and neutrophils. So these are the important players in phagocytosis. Okay, so the next important cells we will study is the dendritic cells. Okay, so these are very important cells as these are the link between innate and adaptive immunity. Okay, these are very important. So they capture, so their functions include capturing of antigens. Okay, so capturing of antigens, then processing of the captured antigens. Okay, and presenting those antigens to T cells. So from this phase, the initial first phase is the phase of the innate immunity, and then they move on to recognition by T cells, which is the phase of the adaptive immunity. Okay, so as I have already told you that adaptive immunity, what is it? So it is antigen specific. Okay, so it is antigen specific. So its characteristics are that it is specific for specific antigens, so specificity, then memory. Okay, so it can remember which antigen if the body had encountered that antigen before. So diversity, so it is diverse against different classes or varieties of antigens. And next we have the delayed primary immune response. Okay, so because it takes some time to initiate the immune response. Okay, the major players, as I have told you, B cells and T cells. B lymphocytes or T lymphocytes. Okay, so these are key players in adaptive immunity. So now if we talk about B cells in specific, so they are responsible for humoral immunity. Okay, so humoral immunity, that is those immunity, that type of immunity which proceeds with the formation of antibodies. So their functions, so what are their functions? These are recognition of antigens. Okay, next function is differentiation into plasma cells. Okay, differentiation into plasma cells, antibody production, and memory B cell generation. Okay, so now if we talk about, say, antibodies, so what are antibodies? So proteins produced by, okay, so these are actually proteins produced by plasma cells, which are actually sort of B cells. So these are proteins. Okay, so their functions are neutralization of antigens, opsonization, okay, and complement activation. So complement system, which is the classical pathway, lectin pathway, alternate pathway. Okay, complement proteins, we have C3 C4 proteins, so these are done by the antibodies. So if we talk about the types, so we have mainly, which is IgG antibody. Okay, so this is the most abundant antibody in blood. Okay, and provides long term immunity. Okay, then we have IgM antibody, which is the first antibody produced during immune response. Okay, so third one that we have is IgA antibody. Okay, so which is important in mucosal immunity. So fourth antibody that we have, which is IgE antibody, which is associated with allergies and parasites. Okay, and the fifth antibody that we have is IgD antibody, which functions mainly as B cell receptor. Okay, so these are mostly the important antibodies, and we will talk about a bit on the T cells also. So if we talk about the T cells, so responsible for cell mediated immunity. Okay, these are responsible for cell mediated immunity. Okay, so and where do they mature? They mature in thymus. So this we have already covered in our last lecture. So if we talk about the types of T cells, so we have helper T cells. Okay, CD4 plus. So these mainly activate B cells, activate macrophages, and coordinate immune responses. Next we have the cytotoxic T cells. Okay, so these are called as the CD8 plus. So they mostly function to kill infected cells. Okay, and sometimes destroy virus of infected cells also. And the last one that we have are regulatory T cells. So these prevent excessive immune responses. Self tolerance. Okay, so these are some of the basics of the immune system and vaccinology. So that's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more such upcoming videos.